Steve Wozniak built the first Apple computer alone, not in a boardroom, not in a brainstorm, at a workbench in the quiet, over hundreds of hours nobody else saw. He said, "I don't believe anything really revolutionary has ever been invented by committee. Work alone." Apple went on to become the most valuable company in the world. Wozniak built the foundation for it by himself. Everyone tells you wealth comes from interactions and being the most visible, pitching, networking, dominating a conversation like it's a wrestling match. But the actual leverage point, the thing that makes the money, almost never gets built in public. It gets built in a quiet room by someone with the patience to stay inside a hard problem until it cracks, like Wozniak. Years spent away from the spotlight became the foundation for something the world would eventually value in the billions. And that's the first pattern. Introverts love to do the deep work nobody else has the stomach for, because sitting alone with a problem doesn't scare them. It's really where they're most comfortable. Second pattern, patience so extreme, it looks from the outside like doing nothing. Agatha Christie wrote 66 detective novels. She never chased a trend, never worked the literary party circuit, never tried to become a huge personality. She just wrote, alone, steadily, for over 50 years. By the time she died, she was the best-selling novelist in history, behind only the Bible and Shakespeare. Her estate still pulls in millions a year. That fortune came from decades of a woman who found performing exhausting and solitude productive. Get this, consistency compounds. Output, reputation, skill. It all stacks up quietly while everyone else is busy trying to be seen. Give that enough years and it becomes something the loud people can't catch up to. Third pattern, building a process that keeps moving whether or not you're in the room. Amancio Ortega founded Zara. He's one of the richest men alive and almost nobody could pick him out of a lineup. He avoided cameras so fiercely that when Forbes named him the wealthiest person on earth, the press couldn't even find an official photo of him. His fortune wasn't built on his own personal brand or lifestyle. He built a supply chain so fast it could move a garment from sketch to store shelf in 2 weeks, faster than anyone else on the planet. The thing is, introverts end up here naturally. When being around people drains you, you get forced into finding a system that makes money without needing you to perform for it. Software, investments, products that sell while you sleep. Sound familiar? Fourth pattern, watching the room carefully when it's full of performers. Einstein put it plainly, the monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. While the loudest person in the meeting is broadcasting, the quiet one is collecting information. They catch what's said, and they catch what's carefully avoided. They notice the discrepancy between what a founder claims versus what the numbers show, just by being observant. In investing, in negotiation, the one with the clearest picture of reality usually wins. That picture belongs to whoever was observant enough to notice every hint. Fifth pattern, they don't spend the money proving they made it. Steven Spielberg has directed some of the highest grossing films ever made. He's also described himself, since he was a kid, as someone who gets tongue-tied around strangers and dreads a crowded room. He never became the version of famous that his success would have let him become. He just kept making movies. Making money and keeping it are two different skills. Someone who doesn't need a status symbol to feel like it's real gets to win at both. Every dollar that isn't spent performing success for people who don't care is a dollar that could buy a bigger opportunity. Sixth pattern, choosing absolute depth and going all in on one thing. Wozniak probably knew circuit boards better than almost anyone alive, at the time at least. Christie knew the architecture of a mystery down to the bone. Ortega understood a supply chain like it was his first language. None of them were trying to look interesting across 20 different things. They went so deep into one thing that the depth itself became the moat. That's the part that's easy to miss about a quiet brain. Sustained focus in solitude is exactly how real expertise gets built. Breadth gets you attention for a week. Depth gets you wealth for a lifetime. So if you've spent years apologizing for needing the room to be quiet, for skipping the party to go finish the thing you were working on, that instinct was never the problem. It might be the only reason you're capable of finishing anything worth finishing.